Hey,
Hey,
blessings.
bless my friend. Hey there.
How are you?
I'm doing well, doing amazing. It's been an awesome day so far.
Yeah,
Yeah. How about yourself?
amazing as well. Beautiful day, even though I miss the sun right now. But I'm grateful, so I'm happy to be here.
You said even though you're in the what?
Like, even though there's no sun right now, like it's rainy, but I enjoy all the weather as well. I appreciate the rain, and but I prefer the
True,
sun.
true. Same here. Same here. And for those who don't know, what part of the world are you
Right,
in?
right now, I'm in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my heart
I'm
is still in paradise in Bali.
wait, you were in Bali how long
Uh,
ago?
like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks? two
Yeah,
weeks ago? Whoa. How long were you there?
I was 10 days only. I
Okay.
know.
But I'm sure it was a magical trip. I mean, I hear so many stories about Bali, Indonesia.
Yeah, it's such a sacred space,
Mhm.
and you know what? It was like a way for me to celebrate all the transformation that I was going through the whole last year. Well, still this year, but for me, it's about to end. Um, so it was like the way to nourish myself and have that moment that I was craving to be like solitude with nature.
Mhm.
Um, and I took my oldest daughter with me. Hey, Mercy. um, yeah, so it was such a beautiful moment for me, and as well, like mom daughter, but everyone on their own journey because I know that it was important for her as well. So, love
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you feel it was so important for your daughter there?
for my daughter because she's turning 18. So my whole intention was um, expanding her visions, the possibilities, the options, um, just showing there's an infinite options for her to choose. And we went to a fruit retreat. So it was like, okay, you can do it. I mean, she sees and she experienced that here with me um, all the time. But it was a way for her to experience that by her own and see that you can thrive and how your body's gonna feel. Like it was something that it wasn't coming from me. It was just the environment, the abundance, the tree, like the nature, the people, the amazing people that we met. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like amazed how the timing goes
Mhm.
and aligns when when you do the work. And because I mean it can happen also, but uh, you have to be conscious about what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're working on, what like just knowing yourself and work on yourself so you can have that alignment. That's one of the main things that I was working on or searching or yeah, just doing the things for me to feel that way. I just got certified as a yoga teacher, and
Congrats.
thank you. Thank you. I'm
Congratulations.
so proud of myself.
Awesome.
um, yeah, so it's this part of the transformation that I was craving to go to the roots because
Mhm.
if you ask me or if you see, I think I'm gonna share some pictures because I need people to have this maybe inspiration, hopefully, to see that no matter what happens in your life and no matter how your body is screaming at you or telling you that you need some changes. And sometimes, like in my experience, I was seeing or I was searching those changes in my environment.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's so funny now for me, because now I get to see the perspective of, hey, I was doing it all. I thought I was healthy. I am healthy, but I thought my eating was good, that I knew how to eat, that I didn't know anything about food combination. I'm from Mexico, so, tacos all over. If there's some people that know me for quite a long time now, um, and I haven't been with them in a like in maybe 4 years, because I have 4 years living here, and and I'm a new person. I'm a whole different, and I was always eating and just numbing myself with food and with distractions and all these things. But I thought I was doing the normal, you know. It's so common to be into this just normal stuff of eating whatever everyone is eating, um, like cultural stuff. Like you don't have the conscious of what you're putting in your body, and that reflects on your mind, and that reflects on your health, on your relationships, on everything. I feel like um, I got to the point when I just realized that my body was screaming, like literal screaming, I am dying, like pay attention. I didn't have any energy. Like I got to the point, the lowest point, and it's hard because I was waking up every day. Maybe for 2 months it took me to take action, but it was like a moment for me when I was waking up, taking my children to the school in the system, and just staying with my youngest and feeling like I needed to get ready to take a shower or something, and just be ready if something was gonna happen. Like I felt like heart palpitations, no, like my legs were in such a pain, like no circulation. I was in a stagnation, like emotionally, physically, so bad. My liver, like, I mean, everything was like my energy was there, but it was just stuck because there wasn't any flow, and it was a lot of tension or trauma, or you can name it the way that you like. And so I was thinking that something was going to happen. Like, I need to get ready to go to the hospital. I won't go to the hospital right now, but in that period of time when I felt like I was gonna get a stroke or something like that, um, I was just thinking, who's gonna take care of my toddler? That feeling, that way of realizing that your life can end, or just being in survival mode, it's not worth it. It's something that I don't want anyone to be experiencing, and I know there's a lot of people that are living or just surviving, thinking that that's the normal stuff. Even a headache, even just something as simple as any kind of symptom that your body is telling you to pay attention, you know. So I decided to, I mean, I went to a lot of doctors. I tried to reach out for results, for answers, for what is going on, and test. And even though the range said something, the doctor said there's nothing, like everything is normal. um it's okay, you just need to change a little bit of, or like try to sleep better, or like the last doctor I went through, he told me like that's the way that women should be feeling every month.
What?
And I started crying even more. I was like, this is not something that you're expecting to like the that's not kind. That's not something that you should tell a person that you know is in pain. Like, I came here for answers. Like, if you're not gonna help me, then say, I don't know what you're having, or I don't know, let's run some tests, or I don't know, something, you know, different things, different options. So that was it for me, and I started going diving and searching for my own answers, asking God to guide me through it, and went through holistic, and an angel came by, like the first one, and that got me into the first detox. That wasn't vegan. I wasn't vegan, but it helped me a lot to thrive, to get into the second angel for me, which his name is Angel. You know, it's like, okay, you asked it. So specific. And he gave me like a scholarship. He coached me. He's like my brother now. um, for free. He didn't charge me anything, like 24/7, whatever I needed, he was there for me. He has a holistic center in Boston. I've never been in there in person. I hope I think I'm gonna go this year maybe. um, but anyway, that was just the start point for me to change, to go into the roots, just to start working on myself and knowing myself and breathe consciously. You know, that's the first thing that he told me, like, we don't even know how to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing because we're breathing all the time.
Yeah.
So, to say that we don't actually know how to breathe, it's so interesting. And just thank you for sharing that. Thank you for just that testimony. Sharing your story is so powerful. Just what you've been able to overcome, the obstacles that you've gone through, the things that you've grown through, and the things that have shown you, like you titled this live, you said you always have options.
Yeah.
Love how you titled this, you always have options. And just remind me, how do you pronounce your name?
Dulce.
Dulce.
Yeah.
Du- what is dulce? What does it mean?
Sweet.
Is it sweet?
Yeah. Yeah. It means sweet, and it means yeah, in Mexico people always like relate it for candy, because candy, like sugar or something like that. But it's sweet. That's the
So
thing.
dulce, sweet like candy.
Like, no, like natural.
Just sweet.
Yeah, just like natural candy. Yeah,
Nat-
like a ripe fruit. Yes.
Natural sweetness.
Yeah.
Natural. Okay, got you. Got you. So dulce, while you're going through this, and you said that you're from Mexico. Like, how long did you live in Mexico before you came to the States?
All my life. All my life. I'm from the north of Mexico, called Coahuila. Um, it's I don't know if you have heard maybe about Monterrey, which is no, maybe. So it's in the north of Mexico. I have my parents over there, my sisters, like the blood sisters. I have my sister just joined. Okay. Yeah, I have my sisters and my family over there. Um, yeah, I have 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
Through my transition, through my knowing myself, and all the changes that I was just thinking that they were needed, and then just discovering myself, I realized that my relationship was not was over. know. So now we're co-parenting, and I'm grateful. It's been such a process as well. I'm grateful for what we have shared, and I'm just getting into this alignment to have a better communication, because we're gonna be always supporting our children. So yeah, we have to work on that a little bit more. But it's beautiful, and I'm grateful for the time we shared, which was like more than 18 years now. Um, but yeah, it's been such a transformative couple of years for me, especially this last year. Um, just knowing myself and craving to help others, sharing the knowledge that I've been so curious to gather, you know, because once you start knowing the answers, and I mean, at least for me, it's just like I want to know more. I want to know how. I want to know like why this is happening. Knowing my body, knowing my mind, and share that with others. You know, because there's a lot of people that are so skeptical about about living foods, or about meditation, or also I love your practice. And you know what, Jern? I was like, I should be more mindful about qigong, and then you appear on the other life. So it's amazing how we can manifest whenever we're more in tune with our consciousness, and it's just beautiful. And also, there's always time for us to keep growing, and to keep releasing everything that we still carry, or even our body, which somatize, like it's the body listens to everything. So we have to working on that to release it, to embody ourselves in everything that we really want. And knowing what we want, we really need to know ourselves first. So I'm so grateful. It was such a beautiful year, painfully beautiful, because going in through that process, you have to be very brave. You have to be conscious. You have to be mindful,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing yourself to feel is what is gonna make you free. That's that's what I that's what I feel was the most important thing for me to really transform myself, or at least step by step, because it takes time, it takes practice, it takes consistency, it takes just the simple routine in the morning to really have the time for yourself, and feel in charge, and feel that energy with you, and you feel like super powerful to just strive whatever life comes, which is what you really desire, and what you create.
Right.
So
Right. I agree. I agree. It's like not only do you feel you know what to do, but you have the energy to do it. You know, you have the energy to do it. So it's beautiful. I like how you said that when you allow yourself to feel, there is freedom. Like you are free when you let yourself feel. It's such a powerful message, because even when you said, you know, painfully beautiful, you know, the transformation was painfully beautiful. It's like when people talk about the metamorphosis
mhm.
of a caterpillar, you know, to a cocoon and
Yeah,
to a butterfly,
yeah,
you know, it's not like they say it's not like the caterpillar just goes into the cocoon and just sprouts wings, you know? It's a whole process. It's like the caterpillar becomes mush, it becomes like liquefied, you know, it becomes nothing, like to transform into a whole new being. You
yeah.
know, that's painfully beautiful.
Has it has to.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
have to go for it.
right, right. So when you were saying, about bravery, it reminds me, you posted something, Dulce, about being brave enough to heal yourself and how healing yourself actually took a lot of bravery. Why do you feel like it was a brave thing for anyone to do, to be able to heal yourself in the way that you did?
Like I said, I think you have to be brave enough to take the action, to take the steps, because with that, it always is gonna come with the feeling that you are trying to numb yourself for all the years, that you were suppressing some emotions or whatever. So your body got it. So you have to be brave to allow it to come, to feel it, and just be. Because, I mean, you cannot be living in the past. That's not life. You can't be so anxious about living the future. That's not life. So we know that life is now, and we have to be very present. And for you to get into that point of being present, to meditate, to be grateful for what you have, for what it happened, for what is gonna come, because you are gonna create it. You you have to be brave to heal those wounds,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not only yours, like generations, like yeah, generations.
Right. So generational healing,
Yeah.
you know, like ancestral healing, generational healing. I see V Don here says, as you were speaking, Dulce, he says, I'm working on feeling the feels from years of numbing myself and not wanting to go through the process, So he says, we're on the right track now. And Lisa says, yes, it feels good. So there's a lot of people that echo what you were saying, they echo your sentiment about how, numbing ourselves for years and years. And now you're not just healing yourself, but you're healing your family tree. You're healing the people in your lineage, the people in your family, the ancestors. It's interesting because while you were in Mexico, what was the response of your family while you were going through these things? When you said you had the heart palpitations, you were actually getting ready to go to the hospital. You were kind of planning for if anything were going to happen. What was the response of your family around you during that time?
You know what? I did share like I'm not feeling well. Um, I obviously didn't tell them like I feel that I'm gonna die every day. I didn't tell them that. I tell the father of my kids, and he was like, "Of course not. You're okay." Um, and I'm like, "Okay, but that's how I feel." So then I started to realize that being vulnerable and sharing how I was feeling, it wasn't helping me, because people try to, unless that they are on the same frequency, they try to minimize and try to make you feel better. Like, oh no, you're gonna be okay. Just sleep well, do exercise, you eat well, you're gonna be fine. So, but there's also like our environment is not helping. there's there's a lot of things that are not helping. Radiation, vaccines, all these things, right? I didn't want to mention that, but anyway. Um, so yeah, they were like, "You're gonna be fine," and then I reach out to my tribe, to Angel, to the family that started supporting me, my friends. And then you know what, there's a moment that you have to be in solitude, because first of all, there's a lot of distractions. I had to be present for my kids. I had to go within and just really listen to myself. Like I started taking action. I wasn't like, I'm not gonna be a victim. I have to realize that whatever is going on, I am responsible of myself. And taking responsibility, it's brave. It's something that we need to do because people always think like it's common to be eating all this processed food, all this sugar, all these chemicals, all these toxic things. And speaking of my family, I've been trying to encourage them to, okay, there's these options too, and you can thrive with this, or you can look at myself. And sometimes they were laughing at me, and sometimes they were like, oh, but this is so good, this tastes so good, or send me pictures like, oh, we're having this, and I'm like, okay, I respect everyone's journey, and I told them every time, I'm here for you. Okay, so I just want you to know that I'm here for you, that I have the knowledge, that I have answers for you, that I can help you whenever you want. But I just hope that it's the perfect time. And I just have to respect those timings for everyone. That was something that it was so painfully for me, because when I see somebody that is struggling with health issues, with mental health or something, um, I wish I can share, like, give them the solution. But sometimes people are not ready to really listen to it, to be open to the possibilities that you can heal yourself. And for me, everything comes with the emotions and the frequency and the energy, because we're energy. And it's so important to share, to keep sharing. I honestly, I respect so much that you every morning or every rising, you share your practice. Like, people can get it for free. You can contribute with something, you can exchange the energy, given some, like, whatever you can have to somebody else, to share whatever you learn from someone. You can share it, you can keep contributing to the collective, because I think we're coming to this new era, and consciousness is more, or I don't know, it's maybe because we're in this frequency right now, but I think eventually it's going to be coming to, or amplifying to everyone
Yeah,
who's ready. It's time.
I agree. I like that word too, amplifying. You know, it's definitely, it's going to be expanding, it's going to be amplifying, it's going to be, you know, permeating and just more in the atmosphere, you know, because when it comes to changing eating habits or changing things that, or rearranging things that were bringing you down, and now you have a lifestyle that is lifting you up, you know, you're lifting and you're shifting all the time. And you know, you tell your family members that you love them, you still have that compassion, you have that understanding for everyone's own divine timing, and you say, I'm here for you whenever you need me, I'm here, you know.
Yeah.
When you had those possibilities open to you, was it only the pain that opened you to the possibilities? And do you feel like someone else has to go through a certain amount of pain and desperation to be open to new information?
Not necessarily, but I think there's people that naturally feel like drawn to, and there's some of us that we really need to go to the very bottom of, just to just go up, you know. And yeah, I feel like the possibilities for everyone. it also comes with your family, your surroundings, like all these things I wish I have known before I was a mother, so I can bring them with that consciousness, right? But there's still time, so I'm making all the changes and I'm sharing everything that I'm learning. It's like boom. And even though that I don't express it all, I mean, I try to, but there's a lot of things. um, I do believe that everything that I'm remembering, I will say, um, I'm just sharing with them and breaking or healing them as well as I am healing. So
Mm.
yeah, because it's so important for me. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I knew. But that's now one of my dharma. It's like sharing to younger generations. When I was starting the yoga teacher training, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be, because I get to know myself a little bit more and deeper and going to the roots, and then these words or visions came to me. I did uh, like a whole protocol of detox, and during that process, it was a transition. But during that process, I get to be more connected, you know, and and amplifying was one of the roots. Um, like God, universe was telling me some things that I needed, and just taking the actions, because there's nothing, if you have the knowledge but you don't do anything with the knowledge, then what's the point of it? You have to, I think we have to share it. We have um, to do it, and just hopefully inspire others. And there's also tools that helps you to elevate your frequency, even what we listen to. um, I mean, the technology is also super important right now, and it's important to use it, not being used. And so yeah, it's been painfully beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel that, I feel that energy. And I love what you said, Dulce, about it's part of my dharma, part of my dharma. It's not a word that I hear often. I know about karma, but for anyone who doesn't know, how would you define dharma? What does dharma mean to you?
Like my purpose. um, but I will say it is more like in a more sacred way, because now I get to live honoring myself. And once you live like that, I think everything is sacred for me. And my time, my my presence, my love, my light that I love to share. And yeah, part of that dharma, it's just don't wait till you are like at that point of my life, like you're 38 and or 30. I was 35 when I started, 534. um, don't wait till that moment to take the steps for your highest self. So that's like my why, you know. You can substitute that word of your why, your dharma, your purpose, your mission, maybe your vision, but your divine mission, I will say.
Okay. So divinity, like sacred divinity, the divine vision, the divine mission. Okay. Okay. So, I love that. And I love that you're passing it on. You're passing on the things that you know to the ears that are ready to hear, to the eyes that are ready to see, to people who are ready to receive. and ready to believe, you know? So when it comes to your family, I love how you say, Dulce, you call it the frequency family.
Yeah.
And one of my friends says that, you know, what we do frequently becomes our frequency. That's what he says. And why do you feel like, or why do you call it the frequency family?
So part of it, part of knowing myself, part of healing myself, you have to be diving deep into a lot of things, right? And get into the knowledge. So I got to that point of frequencies and hertz, and like even sleeping with solfeggio music, and then discover a frequency tool. It's a device, and I'm part of the community, and we're called the frequency family because that's the alignment that I was searching. And like everything that you ask for, if you work for it, like you're gonna get it. Like your manifestations comes so easily. And if the higher you nourish your mind, your soul, your spirit, your body, you get to that frequency. Because like everything has frequency, right? I love hugging trees. I love being in nature. I love grounding. I love breathing fresh air, uh, which is so important. I like to be in the elements. Um, and that has a lot of frequency for you. And it's like charging up. It's like the sun, just sunbathing and getting charged and breathe and meditate and getting some answers and inspiration, you can say. So yeah, that frequency, it's super important to maintain, to harmonize it. So yeah, it's part of the the dharma I'm working on right now. It's like balancing the natural and the technology, and it's like something that we're gonna be in, that I officially, like, initially I started using it because um health issues in my family, and I'm like, okay, they're not able to change their lifestyle. How can i how can i help them in a different way? How can I help them, my family, whoever needs? How can I share that so they can start taking um, actions instead of just seeing me or changing a little bit of things? How can I support them to harmonize those things that they really need? Uh, so I've been using that with my family, and because we're energy, you can see how harmonized they can be in such a, I would say, fast period of time, because I experienced the healing process in a natural way, and then started using those frequencies, and it's just like a speedway. Like, oh my god, boom, skyrocket. So yeah, I'm like, okay, this is a way that I can help others as well, that I can help, like my daughter, before we went to Bali, she had a ankle sprinkle ankle, I don't know. Yeah, so it was all swollen, and I put the device with her, and it was 3 days prior to our trip, and I'm like, we're supposed to be hiking, we're supposed to do all this activity, so you can be like, we're gonna be walking a lot. So she was fine. It helped her a lot, and it's just tuning in your frequency, and the frequency that you want, the higher, the better. But it's something that it's reading you, and it's an individualized microcurrent frequency. So it's what your body needs. It's what you need at the moment. And it's just some programs that you can run
Mm.
and harmonize you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing this because I haven't heard about this. And what was the device called that is putting out these healing frequencies? What's the device?
Healy. Yeah.
Healy. The Healy device. It's called Healy.
Yeah, it's the first microcurrent, individualized microcurrent portable device, because there's big machines that you can use. They're super big, or like you can travel with it. Um, like there, it's different ones, but this one is the first that is portable. So you can take it with you. You can try, you can drive, you can fly, you can do whatever you want. There's a coil that you can add, so it's wireless. It only needs Bluetooth whenever you are installing the program, but it doesn't need Wi-Fi, it doesn't need Bluetooth, nothing. It just, you just send the program. It's gonna scan you, it's gonna do analysis for you. I can do aura, I can do coaching, I can help others, and I love to do that. I've been sending some frequencies to a friend with his dog because has a tumor. So I've been sending some frequencies.
Mm.
Like it can be locally, like I can be sending frequencies because it's the quantum field. Like no matter where you are,
Mm.
just send it to you. And I can coach and all these things that I am able to share and help. And there's also like you can have electrodes, so you can put it on your body. Yeah, it's technology that is the future is like this medicine. Well, yeah, I'll say it's medicine. It's a medical device approved in Germany, and here in the US, it's approved as well for specific things. And it's amazing that you can also experience and take advantage of biohacking in a good way, you know, without radiation
Right,
and all these things.
right, right. So how, you've heard some people do Reiki healings, like Reiki,
Hmm.
how some people do, different practices where they'll do distant Reiki healings. You're saying this is something that now we're able to accomplish with technology.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, when it comes to, people who are worried about technology, they're worried about 5G, they're worried about AI, they're worried about, artists, all sorts of, intelligences and different advances in technology. It doesn't sound like you're worried. It sounds like you're looking forward to the future.
Yeah, because like I said, I did my research. Like in everything that I'm doing, um, like I detox my home, I detox like even the clothes. I'm mindful about what I wear, what I put on my skin, what I put in my body, the filters in the water. Um, like I've been doing my own research, and just providing myself with just what I need, and what I the things that I really need, um, to be healthy, to be something that is not toxic, that it's not gonna bring me EMFs or something like that. So this is this is beyond AI, because it's the quantum field, and it's like the pure consciousness. And uh, and the way that it works, it does, like I said, doesn't need, it's actually preventing you or helping you harmonize from those waves that are not helpful for us. So yeah, it's the way to balance the things that are not uh, helping us, that are
Okay.
doing the against us, I will say.
Right. Right. So it's a way to balance the unbalance.
Yeah.
The way to harmonize the disharmony.
Yeah, is that way to this to harmonize what we are not able to control, what we are being like what is in the sky every day. They just put it like the chemicals, all this stuff, the 5G, like all these things that we're not in control because that's what they're doing. This is a way to biohack it, I will say.
Okay. Okay. And when you said that you used it, you said your daughter had a sprained ankle. Was it the sprained ankle of your daughter?
Yeah,
So,
and I took pictures about it, and it was like swollen, purple, and all these things.
right,
And I took like it was just 2, 3 days prior to the trip, and
right.
I mean,
Hmm.
she. I have videos that she was just having amazing. We hiked
Hmm.
hours, like somebody that usually has or experiences that you're not able to be walking that much on the same week,
Right,
you know.
right, right.
And
And when, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I have experienced it with myself. I use it mostly every day, um, but you have to be very well hydrated so your energy flows. You know, it's like a mix of the natural and just the technology helping you to harmonize your body and your mind, and it's just amazing. It amazed me every time that I use it. I use it with my kids because now I can provide like therapy for them because sometimes they are not expressing their emotions, and it's very important for me to be aware of that and to whatever, like I ask them, can I do an analysis to you and think about one intention that you have, and then we go from there. And we have been having beautiful experiences just by expressing those, and then I send them some frequency to them to harmonize that feelings, to even like whatever the intention was for it, we work on that. So I send them the frequencies, and I have seen it on myself as well. I was digesting something, but it was emotions. So I went to the bathroom and the flow came. Um, I've been using for a lot of things, like physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Hmm.
So it's just another amazing tool. I will say it's an amazing tool that we can have now, and I'm so grateful that I can be sharing with others.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
and I can do it for free, and I can like for the people that really need it, I will like just do it, right? The same way that I can give a yoga class or I can do like a meditation or something. Like you, every day doing your practice, it's something that we feel drawn to do, you know.
Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. You know, and it's interesting because when you helped your daughter with her sprained ankle, you know, utilizing this technology, you said that you had a lot of hiking to do, and I know that you've done a lot of hiking yourself. Can you talk about the active volcano?
Oh
You-
yeah.
What was it? What was it? The Mount
Cool.
Mount Batuk, or how do you pronounce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk about that expedition? Like, what was that like for you?
It was mind blowing, I will say. Um, Beautiful. So we went there at 2 a.m. because the intention was like the sunrise, see the sunrise on an active volcano, and just the energy that you get in there, it's so sacred. And I mean, the people in Bali, they live intentionally. They live in, that's what I felt, that, oh, what I saw. They're so grateful for the abundance that they have with the nature, and they are very aware of it, and they have these daily offers and, yeah, spiritual things that they do just to keep their space in a sacred way. So when we went there, we started hiking. We had this amazing, like the people where when I went to, they're fit shorty. They're do, in my experience, the best fruit retreat that I can experience in this lifetime, because it was all about mindset. So they gathered the very well experienced guidance to help us get into the very top, and to support you and to show you maybe the way or how to hike or whatever, or pause, because like in life you need to pause, you need to breathe, you need to be aware of your surroundings, and just be mindful about, okay, there's nothing here. It's just this road, keep going, you can do it. And it was so fun, and it was challenging, because nothing is like what is, I think what, everything that is worth it, you have to be out of your comfort zone, and you have to keep going, and just go there, right? So it was in feet 5,000, almost 300, something like that. uh, Feet to hike, and it was just rocks, not solid, so you have to be careful. And once we were in the top, I, like, my mind was giving me some limiting beliefs during, like, prior to arrive there. I was like, oh, I didn't sleep because I was so excited about that hiking, and at the same time, like, you don't know what you're going through, uh, how safe it's gonna be, how dangerous it is, like all these limiting beliefs that comes to you. And I didn't sleep so well. So, and also it was the last day, so I had to pack, because we were gonna come back, I mean, we were gonna do a lot of things that day, but that was the moment for me to pack. So anyway, I didn't sleep well. My mind was telling me a lot of stuff, like, and I was starting, like, in the road, because it was like probably an hour to get to the starting point. I was listening to an audiobook, and The Power of Now, and yeah, The Law of Attraction. I was listening a little bit of both, because like I said, my mind was giving me some issues. So anyway, I once we get into the top, I just started feeling like emotions coming through. And I didn't know how sacred it is in there until I started feeling it. So I felt like I was healing at the very top
Of the volcano.
of the volcano, and I was shaking. And the rest of them, they were like with hoodies, and I was sweating. I was just releasing, and I'm like, I told them, like, oh, I'm fine, because they were like, are you okay? Like, are you cold? And I'm like, no. I didn't want to speak. I was just feeling it. But I was releasing, and I sit down a little bit far away. I let emotions came, and just allowing myself to feel that. And a lot of things came to me, and I just surrender in a certain way. And and once I let it go, um, I was like, I took off my hoodie. I needed the fresh air, and I was perfectly fine. Like like empowered. Like the energy came to me, and I thrived all the way because that was the top. But still, there was a lot. It was different uh, spaces
Hmm.
of the volcano that we had to hike, and it was just like sometimes it was super super steep and super short, the way that you were walking, and there was nothing. Like it's just a crater and 100 years if you go down over there, right? um, but it was the best sunrise I have experienced, yeah, so far. and and I'm so grateful that I did it, and I encourage different of my friends, I will say, to go, because they were like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. Everyone was like, oh no, 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 I'm afraid of heights. And I'm like, okay, if you're not ready, okay. And once I was there, when we were walking, I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful that they didn't go, because I wasn't gonna be able to provide them help if they were needing support, because in the past hikings I was like holding hands, like, you got this, come on, I got you, I'm walking you, so they felt safe and whole and all these things. And I'm like, oh no, in this place I can't support anyone, I just have to go, keep going and finish this, you know. So it was a beautiful experience. Like I said, the energy, I really felt it. And I'm so grateful that I had this, the whole week of experiences in nature, in grounding, and just in the elements, you know.
Yeah,
It felt so good,
yeah,
like a perfect way for me to nourish myself after such a transformative year.
absolutely. It sounds like such a release too, you know, like you said, when you were at the top, your emotions were just flooding, you just let things go and let things flow, and it was just, you know, so releasing. And then you said you felt empowered, you know, you felt empowered after that experience. You were shedding old beliefs, like shedding old layers, shedding old skin, and now you were reborn, you know, you're a new Dulce,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, I had some other questions, but I don't know how much time do you have, you know, like for any more questions. Did you want to do another one, or do you have any time for a couple more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, you know, when it comes to, you were listening to audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were listening to The Law of Attraction and also The Power of Now. And earlier you did speak on, you know, being in the present moment. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, these manifestations. When it comes to the law of attraction, you know, it's been on a big wave, you know, these days, like these past years, many people talk about manifestation, speaking affirmations, and raising vibration. But with you and your life, what do you feel has caused or created the biggest shift when it comes to manifesting the things that you want for yourself? What has caused the biggest shift?
I think it's taking the responsibility of myself, like fully being fully responsible of myself, and working on the consciousness to have, like I said, frequency.
Hmm.
Just getting the knowledge to work on your awareness,
Hmm.
so you can have the consciousness, and then doing the actions. I think it's it's what it's gonna make you live intentionally because you have a clear vision,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're able to be a magnet of those things that you really want.
Right, right. And what's one of the things that you've magnetized that you couldn't believe? Like you could only imagine how this happened, but you became so magnetic that you brought it into your field. What was one of those things?
Well, I will say that my my present state of being after feeling like I was dying every day, like now, like I embody everything that I was longing for. I will say,
Okay.
like me,
So you
like I am. Yeah,
are the manifestation. Yeah,
yeah,
I love that. So so for someone, you're saying first we have to have the knowledge in order to have the awareness, in order to have the consciousness, and then we take the action.
yeah. Because then you have like the full intention.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I think education is like the first step.
Mhm.
And expand, then you amplify that. Um, but with the education, you go to the roots. You know, you get to know yourself, and it's a constant
Mhm.
um, evolution, which later becomes a revolution because you want to share it. And yeah,
Yeah. First the revolution, or no, first the evolution and then the revolution.
yeah,
I like that. Evolution and then revolution. Thank you. Thank you for that. And for anyone who's watching you and they say, Dulce, I love your story. Such powerful energy, such lovely, such amazing insights. And they want to get in touch with you, they want to get in tune with you or receive any of your offerings. Where would you like people to go to receive that?
yeah. Just DM me. I
Mhm.
will be more than happy to help. And on Instagram, um, Facebook, I do have as well, but I'm more on Instagram, and and then you can, yeah, just DM me, and I will reply to you.
All right. Well, beautiful. Thank you so much just for your share, and thank you, you
Thank
know.
you.
Yes. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope that I trust the sun will come out for you.
Yeah. Um, tomorrow, not today.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's here. It just there's a lot of clouds and rain that the soil needs, so it's okay.
All right. Well, take care, Dulce.
Hey, thank you, Jerome.
Bye.
Blessed day, everyone.